Hello and welcome to another video of the Delta analysis series. Today is Delta Scrafty, which is a pure grass type. I already put the stats on screen. It's very fat, 115 in both defenses, okay speed, pretty mediocre to slow even, bad special attack but a solid attack stat and a workable HP stat, but its main appeal is definitely the base 115 defenses. Looking at its abilities, it has wait, that's the wrong one. Abilities is Rough Skin, Rivalry, and Anger Point. Rough Skin is damage upon contact with Delta Scrafty. Rivalry means you do more damage to mons of the same gender, but less to the ones of the opposite gender. I think that's what Rivalry does. I'm pretty sure that's what Rivalry does. It's not that good, it's unreliable. And Anger Point gives you a belly drum when you get crit, except if you don't take damage yourself. You just go to max attack, which is very situational. But you could use it like a Spadef gain like crit draw check, and then you like live a crit Draco Meteor and then Anger Point, and then you kill everything. It's possible. It's definitely possible, but extremely situational. Rough Skin is in general the best ability it gets. Looking at some of its utility moves, like moves that fit like a certain category. Bulk Up for setup, it gets Dragon Tail for phasing things out if they set up in front of you. Foul Play if you want to, Foul Play is just nice to prevent setup sweepers from setting up on you, as well as Dragon Tail, but specifically for physical attackers, and it does a lot more damage. Knock off to move items, Synthesis for recovery, Taunt to stop people being annoying, and Super Fang to get a guaranteed 50% of the remaining HP off of the opponent. Very useful for chipping things down, especially with Super Fang Taunt. You can get them to halve and prevent them from healing back up. So first off, the first obvious set that comes to mind would be a very defensive set, but I struggled a lot making like a really good defensive set, so I honestly just put a ton of moves together. Defensive question mark with leftovers or whatever other you want. Rough Skin, Synthesis, and then defensively this one doesn't really have sets because the last three moves are completely matchup dependent, so I'm gonna list a bunch of useful moves it could run. Smiley face. This is definitely not the focus of your team if you run a defensive set, so it usually runs moves to counter your opponent's threats, so that's why I can't really say what moves I would run in most situations, because it completely depends. You don't even need to run like stab on this. Like, if it works, you just run whatever moves you need to run in a certain situation. So it gets Bullet Seed, Dragon Tail, Drain Punch, Earthquake, Foul Play, Facade, Head Smash, Knockoff, Low Kick, Rocks, Shadow Claw Superpower, Taunt, Toxic, Thunder Point, Wild Charge, Seed Bomb, Wood Hammer, Super Fang, Aerial Ace, and Iron Tail. It's a lot of moves, just to get a lot of coverage options, so that is nice, but you can really just run any of those moves if it serves a purpose. You honestly can't really complain about it, because you just use what you need. So there's not too much I have to say about this set. It just does what it's supposed to do, and it's just gonna sit there, be fat, with death, fist death, annoying with rough skin. Like, you can really just run whatever you feel like is appropriate. And then another set there is the bulk up set. So with leftovers or another item, depends what you want to run. Leftovers is the most basic one. Rough Skin Spadef set is what I would run personally most of the time, because you're boosting your fist def, and with our already good Spadef you can also be a Spadef tank to some degree, bulk up synthesis / drain punch if you depends on what you want for recovery. Synthesis is definitely more reliable. C-bomb / wood hammer if you want power or no recoil. And then like rock slide or auto coverage. In general, grass plus rock hits a lot of things very hard, because the things that grass struggles with, like ice types, like flying types, like bug types, fire types, all hit super effectively with have hit super effectively by rock. So that's why I think rock slide is a really good move to have on a more offensive setup set. But if another move is more useful, you can obviously run that. In general, how would I describe Delta Scrafty? I would probably compare it like to a mon like Go-Go. This thing does things Go-Go does pretty much. It does pretty much the same things. It's usually physical and has some utility physically. It gets milk drink for recovery, it gets bulk for setup, it gets horn leech is like the only thing this is missing, and otherwise it would be pretty much a Go-Go. So like Go-Go is also very bulky, has a lot huge HP set instead of huge defenses, but like also this is a defensive grass type, which I'm personally not a fan of because they have so many weaknesses. So yeah, Delta Scrafty, it's a niche mon if you need a cheap grass type, but in general, it's honestly pretty mediocre. Like I love Scrafty. I'm very sad that this Delta is not as good as I would like. It's not as good as I would have wanted it to be, but there's nothing I can change about. There is a lot I can change it. Literally everything about it, but there's nothing I'm going to change about it because that would be rude if I gave this thing like insane stats. No, they wouldn't be happy with me. Um, so yeah, it's it's an okay grass type, and that's Delta Scrafty. Next up is Delta Vespiquen tomorrow, which is good. It's a good mon. But yeah, I'll talk about Delta Vespiquen tomorrow. Bye.